Hi students, today we are going to discuss the chapter 3 metals and non-metals. Elements. An element is a substance that is made entirely from one type of atom. Elements can be classified as metals and non-metals on the basis of their properties. Iron, aluminium, copper, silver, etc. are metals. Hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, these all are non-metals. Physical properties of metals. They are lustrous. Metals have shining surface. They are generally hard. Metals are generally hard except sodium, lithium and potassium, which are soft and can be cut with knife. Normally, metals exist as solids. Some exceptions are there. For example, mercury, that is one liquid metal. Malleability. Metals can be beaten into thin sheets. That property of metals are called malleability. Gold and silver are the most malleable metals. Ductility. Metals can be drawn into thin wires. Metals can be drawn into thin wires. That property of metals is called ductility. They are good conductors of heat and electricity. Good conductor of heat and electricity. Silver and copper are good conductors of heat. And lead and mercury are poor conductors of heat. Density. Generally, metals have high density and high boiling point, except sodium and potassium. Sodium and potassium have low density and low melting point. Metals are sonorous. That is, metals produce a sound on striking a hard surface. Now we are going to discuss about physical properties of non-metals. Non-metals do not have shining surface except iodine. Non-metals are generally soft except diamond. Diamond is a form of carbon which is the hardest natural substance. Non-metals exist as solids or in the form of gas or gaseous state except bromine. Bromine is a liquid non-metal. Non-metals are non-malleable and non-ductile. They are poor conductor of heat and electricity except graphite. Graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Non-metals have low density and low melting point. They are not sonorous. Next we are going to discuss about the chemical properties of metals. First of all, the reaction of metals with air. Metals combine with oxygen to form metal oxides. Metal plus oxygen gives metal oxide. 2Cu plus O2 gives 2CuO, that is copper oxide. That we can see it as the black deposit on copper vessels and all. That is the oxide formed by the reaction of copper plus oxygen, that is the copper oxide, that is black in color. 4Al plus 3O2 gives 2Al2O3, that is aluminium oxide. 2Mg plus O2 gives 2MgO, that is magnesium oxide. Different metals show different reactivities towards oxygen. Sodium and potassium react so vigorously that they catch fire if kept in open. So they are kept immersed in kerosene. Surfaces of magnesium, aluminium, zinc and lead are covered with a thin layer of oxide which prevent them from further oxidation. Iron does not burn on heating, but iron filings burn vigorously. because when heated iron doesn't reach to its ignition temperature and doesn't burn. But iron filings when sprinkled in flames attain the ignition temperature and gain larger and they have larger surface area for the reaction. Copper does not burn but is coated with black copper oxide. Silver and gold. Gold and silver does not react with oxygen. Amphoteric oxides. Metal oxides which react with both acids as well as bases to produce salts and water or salt and water are called amphoteric oxides. Metal oxides which react with both acids as well as bases to produce salt and water are called amphoteric oxides. For example, Al2O3 plus 6HCl gives AlCl3, that is aluminum chloride, that is a salt formed here and water is formed. Al2O3 plus when it reacts with sodium hydroxide 2NaAlO2, that is sodium aluminate plus water is formed, that is here Al2O3. Aluminum oxide is reacting with acid and base and the product is respective salt and water. Hope you understood the concept. Now try to answer this question. Why cesium and gallium melt in our palm? Why cesium and gallium melt in our palm?